The future of programming and computer science is doomed. Or so they say.
Will ChatGPT destroy programming?
I don't think coding alone is enough.
The field of computer science is doomed.
The world gave birth to ChatGPT 4 on the 30th of November 2022, and ever since that day, it has been on fire with the sound of dread towards computer science and programming. So is there any truth to this apparent programming destroying behemoth that is ChatGPT and large language models? Let's explore this, because frankly I'm sick of wondering whether to continue with my computer science degree and learn to code is a good idea or a waste of time, and I'm sure many of you are too. In this video I'm going to explain the simple reason why AI will never completely replace coders or computer science, the big things that actually are going to change and how they can benefit us, and the one skill that anyone interested in AI can easily learn to ensure they don't get left behind and make the most out of their AI systems. But first, let's talk about why people like Dr. Matt Walsh are even saying that we're doomed in the first place. Now, everyone's got their own agenda, but in the case of Dr. Matt Walsh, who gave by far the most intense lecture on this topic, titled Large Language Models and the End of Programming, which I swear was originally titled Programming is Doomed, but they changed it because people were getting so annoyed in the comments. But don't quote me on that. In the lecture, he talks about many things such as Copilot, which is an AI code writing program that automatically fills stuff in for you, a bit like a high-powered Python. He talks about how computer science is doomed, and he also goes into detail about how many more lines of code ChatGPT and large language models are going to be able to produce in a day compared to a human, which we'll get into later in the video. But first, let me explain why all of this is in his best interest to say. So this guy worked at Google for 8 years before deciding to start his own AI company. But here's the twist. I found his blog where he's explained the reason for building the company, and in his own words, he said, "In 2002, I passed on joining Google as their 400th employee, seeing them as just another search engine. And I also advised a young Mark Zuckerberg at Harvard against creating Facebook, thinking it was just another MySpace. And by 2010, despite a chance to join Facebook pre-IPO, I was content at Google and stayed put." Was he really content though? We are talking about tens, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars missed here. So I don't know about you, but missing those two massive opportunities would send me a little bit insane. So it seems to me he's recognized this AI trend and thought, there is no way I'm missing a third opportunity here. So he started Fixie.ai, a company pioneering AI for embedded devices. So essentially this guy's on a mission to be at the forefront of AI. And I don't blame him. I'd do the same if I was in his position. AI is huge and it's only growing. But if you ask me, it does call into question the motive of that lecture. Does he really think programmers and computer science is doomed? Or was he pitching his startup that he conveniently mentioned several times during the lecture, claiming that it was relevant to the points he was making to raise awareness of AI, specifically his AI, with the goal of getting more eyes on his product so that more people know about it and then more people purchase it? Now, I know what I think. It's fairly easy to put two and two together there. Regardless of that, let me tell you a little story that explains why this isn't the doom that he's proclaiming it to be. Why AI will never completely replace coders or the field of computer science. Okay, so enter Dr. Fifi Lee, a brilliant AI expert from Stanford University, who played a pivotal role in the evolution of AI with her work on ImageNet, a database that revolutionized image recognition. Now, her vision for AI extended past just technological advancements. In a 2023 meeting with President Biden, she advocated for responsible AI development, emphasizing its role as a tool to augment human capabilities, not replace them. And despite the obvious rapid improvement in AI, her stance remains clear. AI is here to enhance our skills, not overshadow them. You see, her efforts in bridging the gap between academia and industry just highlight her belief that with the right approach, AI will be a tool, not a threat to the world, to coders, and to the whole broad tech community. And that's just one of many experts that are on this. And yet, you can't always trust their motives. But we've got to put our faith in some of these people. Good people do exist in this field, and they know a lot more about AI than we do. And they are very aware that it needs keeping in check. I mean, we're having a global summit today with all the world leaders and experts to discuss these things. AI isn't just going to take over the world. This isn't Terminator. I mean, yeah, sure, one day maybe that'll happen. But then one day maybe the signals we're sending into space will bring aliens down who will decide to destroy us. One day you might get ran over by a bus. You see, it's just speculation. And regardless if it ever does happen, which I don't believe it will, not full Terminator style, we're putting too many systems in place to ensure that it doesn't. The UK is just funding a £300 million supercomputer at the University of Bristol to keep its eye on AI safety. I mean, we've got Elon Musk on the case. It's gonna be fine, but let's just say that it is inevitable for the sake of this point. It won't be in our lifetime, nor your kids, nor probably your kids' kids. So don't worry about it. It's just going to get better and better. It's not wiping us out. And what skills are going to be in demand more than ever to create these AI systems? Coding, programming, and computer science. Especially if you specialize in AI, which is something I'm going to do, or machine learning, or both of them. There has literally never been a more important time or a greater need for these skills. The field is not being made obsolete. We are needed to build and maintain all the different AIs that are going to come out over the God knows how many years, and we're needed to help address the ethical and moral complications that come along with it. And most importantly, we are needed to help with the safety measures that are going to have to be built into them. As I said before, like the people meeting up at Bletchley Park right now. Who knows, maybe you'll be at an AI summit one day in the future. Anything's possible. They are needed now more than ever. Okay, so now we know that AI isn't going to wipe us out. What is AI going to change for us? So obviously the future is never 100% certain. But let me make a prediction, one that I've actually researched and thought about as a likely scenario, assuming nothing crazy happens. Like someone decides to go and destroy all the safety measures we've put in place. If we get to that level where it is just sentient, or we figure out how to insert a human brain into a computer like the Matrix, which are possibilities. Everything is possible. I mean, there's a pretty strong argument that we're already in a Matrix simulation. But let's come down and be real for now. So picture this. It's the year 2030, and Alex, we'll call him, a software developer, starts his day by asking his AI for insights on the latest coding trends. At work, he instructs his AI tools to draft code structures for projects. During his day, he runs into some problems and needs to do some debugging. One word to his AI: debug, and it automatically spots all the errors and suggests his fixes. And when Alex hits a mental roadblock, his AI assistant offers solutions from a vast coding database. All of this whilst the AI automatically handles all the routine stuff, the boring code. This will mean programmers like Alex produce more code, like Dr. Matt Walsh said, but it's more impactful code prioritizing creativity and user experience. With billions of dollars being poured into tools through companies like Alphabet, coding is just evolving. It's not disappearing. Now, did that sound like doom to you? To me, it's all about AI making coding easier and more efficient. It's like having an expert mentor by your side 24/7. I'm already using AI in my coding journey, and if small businesses use this tech, which many of them already are, coders' roles will just shift, making tasks simpler, and over time getting rid of more and more of the things that you hate about it, like searching for a semicolon for 2 hours. It'll no longer be an issue. AI will just find it in a second. I've brought AI into this channel, and it's a game changer. It helps me with brainstorming, spotting trends, and even sometimes generating ideas. It isn't much different from having a full-time employee, and it only cost me £20 a month instead of 50 grand a year. It's helping to level the playing field against YouTubers that have teams of people. That's why I'm all in on computer science and AI. Creative potential of it is huge. If I ignored it, it'd just be more competition, but I'm using it to stay ahead. And for coders, AI means more efficiency and fresh ideas. And sure, there might be more automation, but that's a good thing. You get a coding mate who's always there to help and innovate, and they'll never moan at you or tell you your code is or complain about what you've asked them to do. Using tools like ChatGPT has also been a game changer in things like my studies. I've even had it draw up business plans and honestly just general life tasks. I just delegate stuff I don't want to do. It's a great tool for anyone wanting to improve their productivity, their skills, their businesses, and more. The list is literally endless if you know how to use it properly. And that brings me on to my final point. It was Dr. Stephen Wolfram who figured this out. There is a secret skill that you need for using AI, and not many people realize how simple yet important it is. The world is changing, and you can try to imagine living your life without AI, but you'll soon find that you are left in the dust by people that are willing to embrace it. Think about it. People who employ the full use of AI tools have an extra brain, and a powerful one at that. So what is this skill that you need to learn to make full use of this nearly doubling in brain power? It's called expository writing. So what is that? Expository writing is a form of writing that aims to inform, explain, clarify, or define a topic to the reader. It presents information clearly and straightforwardly, without the inclusion of personal opinions or arguments. The primary focus is to provide factual information. Think of a user manual that explains how a device works, or an article that details the steps needed to complete a task. They don't persuade or share personal narratives. They simply present facts in a logical and concise manner. And the way I just explained that to you is, in essence, expository writing. And there you go. You throw that in with some creativity, some ambition, a plan, and a good knowledge of the underlying traits you need for success. You're going to win at life. Okay, so it's all good knowing all of this, but if you're not learning to code or doing a computer science degree, which is fine, you can certainly still use AI to help you with other tasks, but you won't be able to leverage the opportunities for building it that are already here and expected to grow, which is why you should watch this video next, where I outline in detail why I decided to pursue a computer science degree at age 33. This will give you something to think about when deciding how involved in this AI revolution you want to be. I'm all in. Thanks for watching. Peace.